here with everybody, including Virgil, Richie, and Luke. And just to be clear, because I don't know if I made it super clear the first time, you can find them at twitch.tv/Zircon5, youtube.com/SeedAlpha, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes. And twitch.tv/DesTVGaming or youtube.com/DesTVGaming. He does both. Excellent. Now, where were we at? Oh, yes, you were wandering around Kamchatka's nice parlor when he was bothering Dirk with his voice, and then Dirk was like, I'm going to wander around and do other stuff.
Yeah, is there another exit to this room? Another hatch, or is it sealed?
There's a staircase down to the next level. In the distance, you can hear that the battle between the two dragons is moving closer together. And so the melee that's taking place between the two of them is getting closer and closer to the tower as the two dragons start grappling with each other.
Is this room like the 20 feet diameter wide?
Yep, it's
like,
20
is
by
this
20.
full size of the tower?
Yep, full size of the tower. It's not magically larger or smaller on the inside. You're not getting TARDISed.
It's smaller.
It's not
on the
magically
outside.
larger or like regularly smaller.
No, it's smaller enough to be uncomfortable just for the number of people you have. And if someone leaves, it grows small enough to be uncomfortable for just
Is that like the cast a spell on a room and it's called college dorm?
I would know. I got private room in all my college dorms. Lol. Get wrecked.
Yeah, so I'm just like, well, there's not much here. Who wants to take point going downstairs, huh?
I'll lead. And I take a quick glance around, and I agree with Dirk that there's nothing here, right?
Okay. Why don't you check and find out? I believe you can discern realities.
Yeah.
What is that off of?
Wisdom.
I'm gonna actually lose my intelligence.
Oh.
Jesus. Mark XP.
Oh, Mark XP. All right. So you're looking around, and there's a flash in the middle of the room, and where there was once a table with tea and biscuits on it, there's now an ogre with a great club shaped like a tetsubo standing there, and he's like, "Oh, hi. My name is Worthy Opponent."
I would like to grab my spear, and since it's I'll pull it out. It's like a reach weapon, so I'm gonna take a defensive stance by the cleric, Aaron.
You want to defend
and I'm like,
him?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, to make sure he's in a safe location because I think we were kind of getting ready to go down the stairs. He might be too close
Okay.
for safety.
I'll just greet the ogre.
So that's +1, right?
Yep. Yeah, so the ogre's like, "What's your name?"
I'm Harlow. And yours?
"My name's Worthy Opponent."
I'm like,
Pleasure to
I'm
meet you.
Dirk.
Worthy
You'll
opponent."
never get past me. And I leap kind of in front, and I roll a 4 and mark XP.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're leaping forward, and he
I just turn around.
He actually thrusts with his blunt-edged club and just slams you into the wall and pins you there for a second. Your ribs shatter under the impact. Can you roll a D8 plus 5 damage?
Okay.
Afterwards, you fall to the ground, grasping at your chest as you're like, "Oh, God, I need oxygen."
Ouch.
Yeah, you take a shit ton of damage.
I have 1 armor. That helps.
Yes.
That does. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
it does.
Well, yeah, you guys look, and I'm a bloody mess. I look pretty fucking bad. I cough up a large amount of blood, and I'm not getting up quickly. I'm trying to stand, but not really raising myself.
I immediately try to cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
Okay.
Eight.
All right, so let's see the options you have here.
John Cena.
Yeah, I've been listening to that John Cena intro music too much. Okay, you get to choose. Do you want to draw unwelcome attention, distance yourself from your deity, or have the spell revoked?
Distance yourself from deity is a -1 ongoing to cast a spell, if anyone's wondering in the chat. It's a harsh option.
It is a very harsh option.
However, at the soak damage we're taking.
I think I will draw unwelcome attention.
Okay. Yeah, you cast a spell. Go ahead.
Come on, baby.
Oh my god.
My life.
In response, the ogre begins lifting his club, and he's like, "No talky talk," and just backhands you. What do you want to do as you see this massive plank coming in towards you?
Jump the hell out of the way.
All right, sounds like you're using Dex to defy danger.
Ugh.
This is good music for this. I should be using tabletop audio more often, but I'm sure my YouTube's going to scream at me for years. Yep.
And
no.
I min-maxed it as best as I could.
All right. Roll a d8 plus 5. You two just get slammed. You know what? You get slammed into that painting with the ship on it, and you rip the painting and the frame. Oh, God. Oh, it's so bad. You two are knocked to the ground as you take 11 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus. Arthur, I just kind of, I'm like still, like mostly, I'm like on 2 knees. And I just grab my spear and I want to just like put it like kind of in between the ogre's legs.
Of course, yeah. Cold shot to the nuts.
No, I was just going to,
Trip him?
Sure.
no, like make it so if he like tries to avoid an attack from, Des?
Okay, so you're saying you're
Like,
aiding.
Yeah, I want to aid the next attack.
I
so
want to
that
be
he-
clear here. He hasn't done anything yet.
Oh, yeah.
Harlow's just talked to this
Yeah.
guy. Every
What?
time you guys do something, he construes slightly aggressive. He's just like, bloop.
Yeah, so my...
But
I'm
he's
like
still
trying
just, he's
not to
facing
draw
Harlow
attention.
and just talking to him. He's like,
Yeah.
sorry. Reflexes.
I think I'm
So-
laying there kind of like Loki from the Avengers after the Hulk just slammed him around. Just
So I'd like to try to just like
Oh, yeah,
Do
but
it.
God.
do it without like touching his legs or anything, just so he doesn't really know. You know, my spear is just like in a bad position for him without him noticing. Yeah, but I don't know
can I
if
ask
he's
a
gonna
question?
attack or not.
Yeah, what's up?
Ogres, they're like, I mean, he obviously sounds pretty slow. And they're usually interested in like shiny things or money, perhaps.
That sounds like you're trying to spout lore about ogres.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right, roll plus in.
Nope.
Mark XP.
Yeah, so you're trying to remember things about ogres, and in the process, you're just like, ogres, you know, like money.
they're
or
big.
Big. Something really important about ogres. If I could just remember it.
They just about killed 2 of my friends a second ago.
So what happens is, while you're trying to remember about ogres, it reaches over and picks up Aaron and throws him down the staircase.
Do you have any
Oh,
HP
shit.
left?
You don't take any damage, Aaron, but you know you're separated from your party. See what I did there? A wink. And he moves to block the top of the staircase, so you can't get back to your friends. He's just like, sorry.
Hey,
Okay,
I wait.
you
to
know,
see
instead of tossing us around, there's got to be a better way here.
He's like, you try to hit me first, remember?
I was trying to help my friend.
Your friend's stupid. I'm better.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on Harlow's action.
yeah, so instead of trying to figure out if he likes coins, I will just throw a handful of coins at him, yelling,
Okay.
"Where are the opponents? Look what I have!" and
He sees the coin.
throw
He's like,
throw 10 coins.
okay. He's just like, coins. I not see that attack since Final Fantasy. I'm not impressed.
Like
Worthy
super-
opponent does not care for money.
Okay, I'll just he's not distracted at all.
Not buy coins, no.
All right, I'll just
So
attack.
he's leaning against his Tetsubo now. He's just like, you want to know what make worthy opponent tick?
Yes, please.
Yes, by all means.
It's in name. I look for it.
He's leaning on his thing. I'd
Yeah.
like to just like like still trying to get up. I want to like tap his sword out from under
It's
his
not sword,
weight.
it's a club, but
or
yeah.
his club out from under his weight.
Yeah.
To give my advantage roll.
Go ahead.
That's
Let's
what I'm
do it.
doing.
Go ahead. Hit me with your best shot.
What are you doing?
Plus
Go ahead
one.
and hit me with your
I
best
poke.
shot.
I reach out and poke the thing. Oh God, it's a failure.
Boy. All right. Yeah, you reach out to poke it, and he just like slams the club down. Like he literally just like slaps the club down. He's not holding on to any part of it. He just basically knocks it over on top of you. Can you roll D8 plus 5?
Okay, guys.
Just brutal.
This-
It was fun.
I need
Little
min.
murder.
Yeah, I need min damage here. If I get min damage,
You might
I
live.
will survive with 1 hit point.
Okay.
Here goes a 3D roll.
No.
Not min damage.
Okay.
I go to 0.
What are you truly afraid of, Dirk?
Dirk is afraid of being alone. He just wants to get back to a place where he's comfortable with his own family, a real family.
So obviously you die, and you come to
Yeah.
the Black Gates, and the Black Gates look like they're formed out of motorcycles that have been melted together. So the motorcycles are facing like outwardly and are connected by like their handlebars, and the tires are facing out.
I'm like,
And
I
there's
don't
just-
know what those are, but that is so awesome.
Yeah, the doors are just made out of like black star stuff, like space, and they open, and behind you can see the like Dragon Benezia is like being eaten by thousands of tiny dragons. They're just consuming her flesh, and that's what you see from behind the walls. And Death rolls out, looking metal as fuck. He's not wearing the typical like dark cloak and skeletal staff. He walks out. He's dressed like someone from the Sons of Anarchy set, and he's got motorcycle exhausts coming out of his shoulders, like where swords would be, and they're both like flaming. And he's just like, Dirk, I've been waiting for you for a long time.
Oh, really? You might have to wait just a little bit longer.
Very well, Dirk. You've played a game with chance, and it seems that you've won. I have to offer you a deal of some sort. Perhaps next time I'll get you.
All right. I'm a deal abiding man.
Sure.
I'm wondering, what have you got in store for me, huh?
Yeah. In 1 week, I need you to remove the heart of Aaron Wren, or you yourself will die again.
Let's see. Remove
So
heart.
he holds out his
Aaron.
hand.
I'm like, can you spell that for me? Like, is it the
He's
same
like,
guy I'm thinking?
"You know exactly what I mean."
ARONWREN?
He holds out his hand, and instead of it being like a human hand, it's like a metal Sauron type gauntlet. Take my hand if you agree, boy.
And I like reach out and grasp the like.
All right, you start gasping on the ground with the club like hanging on your face. You can feel your shattered skull like mending itself as you're restored to 1 hit point.
Yeah.
And in your head, you hear a voice that says, "The heart of Aaron Red."
Oh.
All right, what the rest of you want to
maybe
do?
like
is you
real
see-
life audio fades back in, and you hear Aaron just shouting, "No!"
I'm like, oh god.
I'd like to take a swing at this guy now,
Let's do it.
since all else has failed.
Gonna have
All
to
else has
crush it.
failed. Negotiations have broken down. It's time to whip out your lightsabers and avoid the poison gas. Wow, chat's got you. Find another guy named Darren Wren. You know of what I speak. You deal your damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. Alright, you're the first person to successfully land a hit on this guy. Go ahead and roll your damage. And then roll a d8 plus 5 against yourself.
That's for him.
You deal 4 points of damage. As you slam into his flabby flesh, you realize that it's actually much thicker than you expected, and he takes less damage than you anticipated. Alright, you take 8 points of damage, so as you charge forward and just hit him, he kind of like kicks his club up in slow motion and like grabs it, so you hit him and he's like, "Ugh!" And then he swings his arm around and hits you in the face with his club, and the force of it drives you into the wall, and the ice wall there just cracks a little bit, and you can hear like a as like a black dark crack forms in the wall. He's like, "Oh, you no talk no more?"
Not after killing my friend, no.
Yeah, I just want to like, I'm gonna do the like push away with your feet on the ground thing, and then like, try to loosen, like get as far back as I can, like 20 feet, or it'll probably be 10 or 15 feet across the room.
So while you're doing that, he's taking his Tetsubo and like one-handedly flipping it end for end, like, you know, do the thing where he's just like, I'm gonna use a fork, but he's like, bloop, bloop, but he's not rotating it with a second hand. He's just flipping it over and over.
So I have that that new thing on my moves, you know, just to put it on my sheet. And I'm like, let's see, what can I do? Remove heart of it. Oh no, that's not a thing I want to do right now.
So yeah, while you're pushing yourself back, actually, a shape drops through the hatch from above. It's your bobcat.
And I'm just like,
It, like,
runner.
Yeah, so the ogre's advancing on you, flipping his Tetsubo over and over again, and you're like scrambling backwards, and the cat drops between you and him, and it's just like, meow.
Yeah, I'm like, runner, get him. And I like quickly like pull out my bow and arrow and let loose.
To it. Bring me the heart of Aaron.
No. So much XP.
Oh man, I gotta see what I can do with this. And you know what? I want to Bilby this. I want to make sure that you're not the one to suffer the consequences of your actions.
I can't wait to tell Dave. So.
Oh boy, I've already separated you. No way to do that again. Oh, you've got adventuring gear, don't you, Harlow?
Yeah, I do.
No, Harlow.
I've got.
No, I don't.
All right. You have another set of poultices and herbs, maybe?
Yeah, I have one more.
Excellent. So what happens is he's wildly swinging as this cat attacks, and he like bats the cat into you, and the cat's like scratching horribly at you, and it rips open your poultice and herb, and your poultices and herbs just spill out over the ground, and it smells like olive oil and pesto.
It smells delicious.
Otherwise, you're fine, but you've lost your use of poultice and herbs.
Since he rubbed it on himself earlier, I imagine he smells like pesto too.
There's this commercial from like a year ago where there's this guy dancing with a cat, and the song is like mac and cheese, mac and cheese, and he's like spinning the cat around. I imagine that's what this looks like.
Okay. So Arthur,
Yep.
I say, I barely stand up, and I'm using like my bow to stand. And I'm like, all right, ogre, you can clearly see that we are not your worthy opponent, but I can tell you where to find one if you let us down the stairs.
He's just like, no.
Okay, then I'll just.
I want to be clear here, though, that Aaron's actually down the stairs. Like, he's in the staircase where he threw him. But this ogre is just, like, standing in the middle of the room, just looking at all of you guys, and holding his club out, just like, nope. No.
Well, beans, I'm almost dead. I have to try and cast Cure Light Wounds on myself one more time.
Okay. There's no way this could go wrong.
Oh god, our rolls today. Even on the +2.
I'm going to take your casting distances you from your deity.
All right. Yeah. So you get a voice in your head. It's Dagda, and Dagda's just like, I don't approve of what you're doing there. Seems a tad bit ridiculous, lad. Shouldn't you be busy just, you know, boning some girls or something? Be a proper
if only
man.
I could, my lord. If only I could. That's still crappy.
It's better than being Virgiled.
Yeah.
That's where you die.
Yeah. That's when you just roll a bunch that's terrible and die. God, I used to be really lucky on my rolls about half a year ago. Let's see. What I want to do is like just try to get an advantageous position.
Maybe you want to
For
climb up on top of
Harlow.
something and fire from above?
I do, but there's not
Climb
much
up
in
the
here.
stairs.
And on my 1 hit point, I'm just like fucking a bloody mess anyways. Yeah, I'll continue to talk to him, and I'll just like, I'll be like, well, what's your main point here? What's the meaning of you being here in this room right now? And I'm just trying to like draw his attention away.
Yeah, so he's turned his head to like listen to you talk. He's like, well, just to find a worthy opponent and beat them up. You know?
So
I'm
as
like,
he's
"Right." But yeah, go ahead.
as he's like distracted talking to him, he's like still near the entrance to the lower stairs, right?
Yep.
All right, I'd like to run and like slide by and like take a slash at his ankles
Okay.
as I go by.
Sounds good. Why don't you roll some hack and slash with Dex there? Because I think you're using a piercing weapon.
Yeah.
Or precise. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. So here's what happens. You do get that 300 style slide roll in. You're like, ah! And you get real close to his ankle, and that's when he steps on you.
Oh!
So you get a nice shot at his ankle as your body's just like, "Gah!" So why don't you roll your damage and then roll a d8 plus 5 against yourself.
This is gonna kill me, by the way.
You rolled a
Seven.
d10.
That's for his damage
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
the ogre.
Yep.
Oh.
Good damage roll.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
All right. So you go to the gates, the black gates, and for you, what are you most afraid of?
Dying. No.
You're like, yeah, I feel weird. I used to be afraid of dying, but
Now I'm dead.
I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. Also, my literal weight seems to be gone as well.
I would say probably spiders.
Oh, okay. So